Yeah.
Come sideways on the other way.
I guess.
That's pretty cool. Get a nice shot from them.
Give me pouting.
I'm gonna go read this sign.
Alright, thank you guys, see ya.
Okay, let's walk.
Girlfriends love you.
All right. This is part 2. This is the road up and out of Janelin Caves, and yeah, as you can see, there it is. She's steep, but at least it's paved or sealed. So yeah, camping gear. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. You know, we everyone's afraid of the big bad Australia, but we're avid campers. I'm ex-military, and my wife is you know, quite a keen camper herself, and so you know, we kind of just got here to Australia. We moved here, not a tourist or anything, and you know, so we kind of just got into it. So yeah, there's a few things that are different, obviously. Depending what area you're in, you don't always have to watch out for everything, but depending what area you're in, there are definite, you know, snakes and spiders to watch out for. That's legit. Biggest one, the brown snake. In this area, I think the brown snakes and the huntsmans, or not the huntsmans, rather the funnel web spiders, but those are more to our area. So up here is more just varieties of snakes because it's the mountains, a little more arid. You get down more into the river valleys and stuff, you have different things. As you head north, it gets more tropicals, and you get quite an array of a lot more reptiles and insects and stuff like that. So New South Wales is pretty decent as far as that goes, but like I said, you do gotta, if you get bit, apparently what you're supposed to do is you're not supposed to do like a stupid tourniquet or suck the blood out. Basically, you just stay calm and plan out your route. Don't get your heart rate up, and then calmly walk to where you gotta go and get to the nearest hospital to get the anti-venom. If you can capture or murder and take whatever it is that bit you, that's ideal. Because a lot of times things look different or look similar that are different, and we'll have a different anti-venom for them. So if you can get it, that's good. If not, it's just going to be a risk. Someone else is going to get bit, and then that's not going to be good either. So basically, as you can see here, this road is about 1.5 lanes. There's a line down the middle, which is very wishful thinking. Sometimes you got more of a lane, basically, depending where you are, but so yeah, you do kind of got to watch it through here. So as far as camping gear goes, obviously you need bug repellent. The bitey insects, you know, are nasty, same as Canada. What? Oh, I actually got bit by a tree leech this time, which is a new one because I was not in the water. They have leeches that live in the trees, and so that sucker took a good old chunk out of me. That wasn't very fun, but it didn't really hurt. It just, you know, it's bleeding and whatnot. I have been bit by a bull ant, which was quite painful, but not really the end of the world, and actually it was kind of my fault. I just kind of put my foot in a wood pile. I wasn't thinking, I was wearing sandals, and kind of just shoved it in his hometown. Where we were just camping, actually, there was tons of bull ants everywhere, but they actually really avoid you. They're pretty solitary, and they're trippy. Like, they're this huge ant, and I swear to God, those things will look at you and square off with you. It's the creepiest thing you've ever seen. Like, they'll be walking along, and then they'll, like, because apparently they can see, like, quite far for their size, and they can actually see you, like, in your face, and so they'll stop and, like, look at you, and if you put, like, a stick there, they'll start biting it and fighting it, and then they're apparently closer related to a wasp, and so they'll actually sting you, and that really hurts. But really no danger. It's just painful for about 5 minutes. I took a antihistamine and an Advil, and it was, you know, just like a really bad wasp sting, so that wasn't too bad, but it catches you by surprise, and you don't really know what's going on, and quite honestly, I thought I fucked up and was getting bit by something more horrible, but so that's something to watch out for. You know, definitely don't screw around with a bull ant nest, because they are ruthless, and they will hunt you down. And I'm fairly sure if you broke your leg, those things would be the end of you if you got near a nest. So there's something to think about. As far as actual gear, you know, obviously you want sun protection is a big one, so you want to figure out a way to get out of the sun. The Australian sun is just too harsh. Like even the Aussies, like there's a really high rate of skin cancer here naturally. And the Aussies are very, very conscious of it. They don't sit out, like generally speaking, it's a lot of the tourists and idiots, maybe some young frat boys, they call them lads, be out there drinking with no shirts on and tanning and stuff. But mostly Aussies are very, very conscious of the sun. Like, we're gonna take this all the way out. And so yeah, sun protection, you got to get a big hat. Ball cap won't do it. I have a big straw, ridiculous kind of hat, but it's awesome because it covers my neck and my shoulders. And just wait for this guy. Well, we're gonna do the right thing. You're good. See? Do the right thing, not the wrong thing. And so sun protection, like getting a hat is key. You gotta put that sunscreen on. It's not so bad in the winter, but still, when you actually see the UV index, sometimes it does not really match up with how hot it is. Like, it's really weird that way. You think a really hot, it doesn't correspond like that. Like, some days it's just worse than others. So the UV index is on a weather app that you can check, so that's always a good thing to know. Yeah, so other than that, camping's kind of camping. If you're a savvy person in Canada or wherever, Europe or United States, I guess, if you guys must go somewhere, stay in your fucking country. Then yeah, I mean, it's definitely doable. We camp all the time now. We're out killing it, so it's a beautiful country. There's a lot to see. You know, we got the mountains near us, you know, which is just an amazing, you know, just so much to do if you're an outdoorsman, you know. And if you're not, there's always the beach and stuff if you head the other way. You know, of course, Australia is famous for its beaches, its scuba diving, things like that. But, you know, we're from the middle of Canada. We're more campers and stuff like that, so we kind of gravitate more up here. But yeah, I can't recommend it enough. There's millions of places to camp in the Blue Mountains. They're gorgeous. It's surprisingly, a lot of them, they might not have running, like they usually have like rainwater collection or some kind of, but you can't drink it. I wouldn't recommend boiling it either. So definitely you got to bring your own water in. But a lot of them actually still have bathrooms, believe it or not. Like the site we were just at actually had a nice bathroom, and we were in like the middle of fucking nowhere. So it's, you know, it's a little bit different. The wood is different than Canada, so you got to get used to what you can collect where, and it's not really splittable, a lot of it. So if you just rough it into pieces, and then you can have a little fire. So yeah, we ended up gravitating more to a saw. It's quite a bit easier to saw instead of just trying to hack away at stuff. It's ridiculous. You know, a hatchet's good because it's a good tool. In addition to cutting, you probably get more function out of it. Just, you know, nailing in tent pegs or whatever bushcrafting you're doing. And so, yeah. Other than that, I think this one will be a tiny bit longer just because I'm just going to take the rest of the road up and out here, and, you know, quite honestly, I'm having fun. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. Big, huge cliff on the side of us. Just smashing through this road like a boss. Yes. Also, you don't have to worry about hoisting your food, but you can't leave it up and out because the bushtail possums, I had a little duel with one last night. They're not like hideous like the American possums. They're kind of like a tree kangaroo. They're actually incredibly cute. They have these big eyes and they just look so sad. So I gave him a carrot, which I probably shouldn't have, and then he's bugging me all night, just motoring around my campsite. So bushtail possums. Another different thing is the birds here they're evil and they're very smart. And so if you can buy them off with a little bit of food and they'll leave you alone, but the birds here are a real problem. Depending what area you're in, you can have kookaburras, which will snatch food right off your grill. They're related to the kingfisher. They kill snakes and spiders. The Australian magpie is probably the most intense bird I've ever seen in my life. And look it up, Google it, Australian magpie. It's just absolute insanity. So that's another one, they'll come after your food. But River Valley areas, you gotta watch out for iguanas. They're like a huge monitor lizard. and they'll rip into your stuff. So a lot of the eskies or coolers have latches and stuff on them, but it's not so much, you know, you're not worried about bears and stuff like that. You got to be worried about all these you know, little possums and marsupials and a few lizards and quite a few birds that'll kind of try and get at your food. But we found as long as you just keep it away, even just put it in the tent, don't keep anything open, you're pretty much good to go. So I think I'm gonna cut this video here. We're pretty far and break into part 3 here because yeah, shorter's better. Peace. Carrot snack. Yeah, I love rock wallabies, they're so cute. Little healthy carrot snack. Eat healthy, buddy. I think it's like how he's holding it.
It's adorable.
His little hands. His dexterous little claws, eh?
Yeah.
Look at the claws on that thing, though.
Oh yeah, you want to mess with them.
Whoa, that's neat. So I'm taking